Hi everyone, Radhe Radhe. In this video, we're going to be doing chapter 18, verse 9. And Bhagwan Sri Krishna is talking about mode of goodness, renunciation, tyag, and mode of goodness. I think tyag is the word that he's using. So, okay, let's call out to Bhagwan Sri Krishna. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Dear Bhagwan Shri Krishna, please help us understand this verse. Please help us understand all these verses, and please help us reduce the fear, remove our fear, because I've been starting to feel. Yesterday I was like, but I want to enjoy, but I want to enjoy. I keep getting these hits, now and then. I'm like, but I want to enjoy. I don't want to give up everything, and I don't want to become like that hand analogy that I love. The hand is happy and healthy only while it's attached to the body, and the only purpose of the hand is to serve the body. So our only purpose is to serve Krishna, and we're happy and healthy when we serve Krishna. So I know that, but I'm like, but I want to enjoy independently. Like I want to not necessarily independent, but I want to enjoy. I want to, and then please help us remove all of that, because that's just the mind playing tricks on us. So any things, any of these little things that we keep getting in the middle that block us from our path to true love, to true bhakti, to true prem, true bliss, please help us remove all of that, because you're the only one who can remove that. We are helpless, completely helpless. Okay, so let us sing the verse together. कार्यमित्येव यत्कर्म नियतं क्रियतेऽर्जुन सङ्गत्यक्त्वा फलं चैव स त्यागः सात्विको मतः. O Arjun, when one performs his prescribed duty only because it ought to be done and renounces all material associations and attachment to the fruit, his renunciation is said to be the mode of goodness. Basically, do your duty because it needs to be done and remove all attachment to the fruit. Sangam, association. So what I was reading here is sangam means attachment here. He's saying sangam means association, but here he's talking about attachment to fruit. Here he's directly translating sangam as attachment. So when we relinquish tyaktva phalam, attachment to reward, attachment to phal, to reward, that's when, and that such tyag, he's calling it tyag, renunciation of desires for enjoying fruits of actions, that is sattvic considered, matah, sattvic. So we do our duties, but we give up the attachment. This is the highest kind of renunciation, and it is sattvic. Most people will think that it is only external abandonment of work, which is not true, because it's internal. You can take, so he explains this example has been given many times, that a sannyasi might take the garbs of a sannyasi and he might externally renounce the world, but he's going off into the forest or whatever in solitude, and he is still contemplating on the objects of his desires. So that is not real renunciation, that's not real tyag. Tyag is that you can be in the grihastha ashram, be at home, make money, do whatever, but you internally renounce. You're doing it as a form of duty rather than as a form of attachment. You get to that place through the daily sadhana and through the chanting, through the daily purification of whatever we're doing, services and journaling and whatever. For me, journaling is a big thing. That's why I'm mentioning journaling. But we do all of that while living in the material world, not renouncing everything, but we give up slowly, we give up the attachment that we have to the results, like this thing that I was having, but I want to enjoy, but I want this result. Like we give up that, like we at least we say na kama kami. This verse is just absolutely amazing. 270. I memorized it recently, and it's just incredible. Apuryamanam achala pratishtham. Like, just like the ocean, the example that he gives is the ocean, not a mountain. The ocean is constantly being filled by all of these rivers, right? But the ocean is achala pratishtham. It's like standing tall, sitting, whatever. It's like just firm despite all of these rivers, and then it pulls all of the water from the rivers and just makes it into its own salt water. So that's how we should be. The desires are going to be there because of 727, sarva bhutani samoham sarge yanti prantam. As soon as we're born, every living being that's born, it goes immediately into delusion. So we have that delusion, so we are going to have the desires. So we need to be like the ocean, where the desires are continuously flowing in us, but we are not doing anything to fulfill them. Na kama kami, right? We are standing tall. They are entering the way rivers enter the samudra. That same way the kama, the desires, enter ourselves, our bodies, our mana, whatever our minds. But we are not doing anything for it. We're not fulfilling it. Na kama kami, we're not trying to fulfill those desires. So in the same way, the desires will be there, but we're renouncing the fruit. We're doing the work that we need to be doing. That's karmanyavadikaraste 247 as well, says that you don't be attached to not doing your duty, right? So we do need to do the duty, but we need to also at the same time, in 247 also he says, you don't have an adhikar, you don't have a right to the result of your work. You have the right to your work, and you do not have the right to the result of your work, and neither are you the cause of your results if you get results. So here also he's saying the same thing. The highest renunciation is when you are giving up the fruit of your actions. That is real tyag. So it's really nice, right, how all these verses connect with each other. There's so many verses that I just mentioned right now, and these are only the ones that I know, that I've memorized, so I'm able to connect these. But there are probably many more, and all of them connect with each other. And when I think it is very very important, like from me, it's not important. I mean, I wouldn't say if you don't do it, that's okay also, but it's very helpful. Let me put it this way. It's extremely helpful to memorize these verses word by word, meaning understand them. The entire game changes. I was listening to a lecture yesterday, and the whole lecture made much more sense because I'm learning the important verses and he was speaking the important verses. So mostly, I didn't know all of them, but I knew many of them. I would say I knew 60% of the verses that he referred to, he spoke about. And it just completely changed the game. I understood the verses deeper. I understood his points deeper. I mean, it completely transformed my understanding. So please, even if you're learning, memorizing one verse a week or one verse a month, that's okay. You take one small step, but just memorize one verse. The top verses. I mean, I can you can put in the comments if you want to have a list of the verses that I think are the most important, that I have found to be quoted often, and that help understand lectures, and that help me connect with Krishna more, because I'm like, okay, I understand this. So yeah, I can give you a list in the comments if you're interested. Ask me. But yes, do that. Learn these verses word by word meaning. They're there. All the meanings are there in the Prabhupada, in this one also, in Holy Bhagavad Gita as well, and then in the Bhagavad Gita as it is, of course, it's all there. Word by word meaning is all there. Translation is all there. All you need to do is just spend some time, and it doesn't take too long. Also, I mean, it takes maybe 5 to 10 minutes to understand the verse word by word meaning, and then you just need to revise it. You revise it once every day or something. You just revise it. You try to remember it, and the way to revise it is to just sing it multiple times. So once you have understood the meaning, then you just sing it many times. Many times means even 10 times. That's it. You just sing it 10 times. You start off by singing it while looking at it, and then you close your eyes and then you try to memorize it. But first, you do the word by word so that you understand the meaning word by word. And that's it. It's like 10 minutes, however long, once a week, once a month, whatever you want to do. And I mean, even if you do once a month, right, you'll learn 12 important verses of the Gita by the end of the year. That's amazing. That's really amazing. So yeah, very, very powerful exercise, very powerful, completely transformative. I will highly, highly, highly recommend you do that. Okay, let's see what Bhaktivinoda Thakur says. O Arjun, one who performs nitya karma out of duty and relinquishes attachment to those actions as well as their results, his tyag is in the mode of goodness. Yeah, relinquishes attachment to those actions as well as their results. So, attachment to actions as well as results, he's saying here, that is in the mode of goodness. Now, I want to know this if it's action as well as goodness here. I think directly it's just Sangam, the attachment, renounce, fruit, um, basically renounce fruit, attachment to fruit, basically. That tyag is sattvic. So nityam kriyate is performed. Yeah, prescribed. Yeah, okay. So it's not, here it's not directly saying actions, but here he's saying attachment to actions as well as their results. Okay. Yeah, so that's it for this verse. We'll do chapter 18, verse 10 in the next video. Wish you a beautiful day. Radhe Radhe.